All right, quick mic check. Thank you. I'm glad that it's working properly. Alrighty. I think I got my stream fixed so the colors won't be so washed out today. I think. Just need to fix my face cam. Alrighty, there we go. And that's what I'm trying to do. There we go. Alrighty. Almost all set. Make sure everything's working on stream. Everything seems to be working okay. Alrighty. So I will be working on a new painting today. We'll see how far I can get in one setting. Don't expect to finish it, but you know, would be nice. While I get my brushes out, I'll put this painting up for everyone to look at. I just need to get some brushes out, but in the meantime, there's a good placeholder. There's a painting I finished recently of my own cat, Winter, or Winnie. I have two more cats, so I'll probably be doing more cat paintings soon. And maybe even a dog painting, because I love a dog. So yeah. But no, today I'm just gonna do I don't know exactly what to call it. Just a quick trying to do I guess a study. might be the right term for it. I know, I was trying to find images online. It's always challenging to find good painting reference that you don't take yourself. I need to do more photo shoots is what I need to do. Um, for anyone in the Austin area, I should mention this. I have 3 paintings in a show coming up this Saturday at the Highland Art Collective in Austin. So you can find it on Google, on Instagram. It's pretty much everywhere. And yeah, I have 3 paintings in a group show. So if you're in the area, you know, come on out. It's a 1 day show only, so it's only going to be there for one night. There's no entry fee. Should be a lot of fun. Alrighty. Oh, I need to put out some yellow. I am out. Yellow and red. Completely out. I need to order more paint soon. So today I'm just going to be painting a person standing out in a field. Uh, the field part is probably the biggest challenge. Um, trying to get the detail, but also not go crazy with the detail. This is one of the reasons I like using phthalo blue more than ultramarine blue. The greens that you can get with phthalo blue are just so much better, so much more vibrant than the greens you can get with ultramarine blue. Granted, I'm going to tone them down right now, but you know, when I need it, it's there for me. So adding red definitely toned it down a bit, but I think I'm going to need to tone it down even more. Let's see. Yeah. Also, it pulled it in a direction I didn't want necessarily, so I'll have to add some more blue. But black is fantastic for toning colors down. I know a lot of people, don't like to use black, or, say artists shouldn't use black for some reason. It does dirty up the color. This is true, but like I've said before, when you want the color to be dirtier, it's perfect, right? It's all about like what your needs are. If you want to tone the color down without making it look, dirty, um, don't use black. It's not a good color for that. Also, mixed blacks don't dirty up the color any less than a regular black. There might be some exceptions to that, but generally speaking, it's the same thing. There are like factors that go into that, like if it's a, what's it called? Very transparent colors versus non-transparent, like it can affect how that makes functions, but overall, yeah, it's basically the same thing. I've tested it. Doesn't really make a significant difference. If I can find the file, I'll share it. I did a test with what was it? I did a test with yellow. I guess I can do another video about it if I want to. Actually, I'm not sure I don't have all the colors, but I mixed yellow with ivory black, with chromatic black, with ultramarine and burnt umber mix, which is a common black, and can't remember if there was another one, but at least those three, if not more, a fourth one, I mean. And they all look the same practically. There's no real difference in which one gets dirtier or, loses chroma or anything like that. Another thing, if you need to tone down your colors, that works really well is gray. So adding black and white together will really, really kill a color if you need to turn down the vibrancy. Which I know a lot of people want very vibrant paintings, but it's a balancing act. You want to have the right amount, not just very vibrant. Everything is very vibrant. If everything stands out, then nothing's going to end up standing out. All right. So this is mostly the background color right now, and I'm just gonna go in and lay in kind of the outline of the figure this way. So it's kind of a negative shape at the moment that I'm going to be putting down. And the reason I'm using my palette knife is it's really easy way of putting down color. And then the other thing is um, this surface in the beginning, when you first start putting down color, it kind of drags the brush a lot, and I find it a little frustrating. So palette knife um, drags a bit less, easier. And I do plan on filling the background up anyways, so it makes sense to me to use the palette knife. Though apparently I didn't mix enough paint. All right, so I'm gonna have to mix up a lot more paint real quick. Luckily, I kind of have it in my head what I did before, so should be fairly easy. Just mix up a lot more. I'm always amazed when the smallest amount of phthalo isn't enough. Like, I'm so used to just barely touching the color and it, um, being more than enough. So whenever I need to like get a lot, it's always kind of surprising. Well, that was a little too much of the yellow. Oh well. Pretty close. Not perfect, but I also don't really need it to be perfect at this point. So very close is close enough at the moment. Yeah, see, that amount of paint should go further, but the drag on the surface makes it like absorb in a very strange way. But like I've said before, once it gets saturated, it gets a lot easier to move around. So the the thing is just getting the paint on there. I could theoretically like oil out to begin with or something like that, but I don't want to add so much oil so early on. So I do it this way instead. Pure oil, I should say. I want to add so much pure oil early on. That is too much red. So this is the skirt. Um, the very like poofy skirt. It's mostly white, but there's some undertones of blue and purple. So putting that in first because called um, white goes over things better than anything else. So it's easier to just put white over it. Whereas if I just put like white over it, I feel like it might be just too much basically for this start. Although maybe some spots need it. I'm not looking forward to painting all the like texture in this skirt. I'll probably simplify it to make my life easier. Hey Des, you're here, you were just contemplating painting, you were scraping your palette. No worries, Des. Welcome. How are you doing today? What you gonna paint today? I have all these mixed colors left over from my last painting session where I was painting Winnie. So I'm gonna try and, reuse them. They're all very fresh. I finished painting her last night. So That says I'm in an art group made up of people who like a particular musician, and our monthly assignment was to do a portrait of his buddy, so I've sketched it up. I only have a few days left in the month. Huh? Yeah, true. Yep, time's running out if you have to get it done by the end of the month. You've been busy with all the other stuff? No, you absolutely, you have been very busy. It's understandable if you don't have time to do it, but at the same time, if you have the time to, this is obviously very, very rough start to things. And by rough, I don't mean like difficult. I just mean I'm keeping it very loose and broad for anyone who's not familiar with that term. That says it's a leisure project, which is what I think I need. Like the paint along the other day, do something for me rather than worry about that project. I understand. Yeah, absolutely. All right. I guess technically speaking, at the moment, almost all my projects are considered leisure projects. Um, yeah, technically speaking. Sometimes I'm trying to lay color on top of color. You have to kind of go a little overboard in order for it to actually put down properly. Alrighty. Time to use the brayer. And then I'll have to go back and obviously repaint a lot of it. Not crazy about this. I regret this right here. Cleaning the brayer is such a pain. At least now it should be easier to paint on this board. All right, I'm just gonna take a photo of this real quick. Okay. And I am going to open it on my computer off screen and overlay it with my reference. All right, I'm just going to do this. Like I said, I'm doing this off screen real quick. I'm just going to, what I'm doing is straightening out the image, and then I'll be overlaying my photo and my painting, the photo of my painting and my reference photo on top of each other so I can see where everything goes. Okay. Obviously, some of my stuff's going to be off, but it's very early on. So, you know, just try to get it done as quickly as possible. Alrighty. Yeah, Portrait Artist of the Year paint along was a fun event. I'm glad. Uh, Appreciate it, everyone who participated. Oh, speaking of Des, how are you feeling? I remember you weren't feeling well in the beginning of that. Hope you're feeling better now. Hey, Cassandra, Thunder. Yeah, I thought I saw some lightning or heard something before. Our weather's all messed up. Fingers crossed we don't lose power like we did a couple days ago. I can't remember what day it was, but there's like nothing happening. There's some minor rain and thunder, and we lost power. So stupid. How are you doing, Cassandra? I don't think I asked you. I'm well. My meds got bumped up, so I'm a little sleepy, but it'll pass. How are you? I'm all right. Des is back. She had to get leftovers. No worries. Welcome back. Just trying to lay in all this stuff. There's so much stuff. Trying to paint, what's it called? Like landscapes. I mean, this is obviously a figure, but there's a landscape involved. Alrighty. Remember to put out some more black next time I take a break. I definitely have to make sure not to get too much into the portrait of this one because, yeah, you really don't see much of his features. He's so small. I have to remember to keep it appropriately vague. Yeah, once this panel gets saturated with oils, it's absolutely fine to paint on, but beginning it's so grabby. Generally speaking, I feel like this brush is too small for this early in the painting. However, because his figure takes up such a small area of the painting, you know, it is what it is. But I try to avoid using small brushes early on. Just good habit. Hi, Justin. Justin just ran in here. I think he was playing with someone and ran away. Oh, yeah, there's Misu. They're playing or fighting. Oh, yeah, they're fighting. Little boy, calm down. Oh, calm down. You're okay. You're okay, little boy. You're okay. You're so cute. I think they need some time apart. Dresden's the biggest cat out of the three, but he's also the most gentle of them. Which is kind of funny because he also likes to play the most. But it's still, even when he plays, he's gentle. Not all the cats are. Well, at least I'll put out some black while I'm at it. So I'm not going to worry about like getting all the details right away, or even all the colors, but just trying to get the general shape of everything down and like general tone. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of times skin is uh, lighter and less saturated than I think it is. This might just be a me thing, like well, for whatever reason, but it's something I've noticed in general. Like I almost always want to go like darker and more saturated than it really is. And this isn't skin type specific. I notice it just all around. I think it might be because of the way that we put such importance on it. It's kind of the same way that people often make the eyes too large. And if they don't make the eyes too large, then they make the iris too large and they minimize the ears. Those are two very common things that artists do without realizing it. I do know that some artists suffer from the opposite though when it comes to skin, they'll um, if someone has light skin, they'll paint it very light even when it's in shadow, and they'll paint it very like pink even when it, gets desaturated. Kind of the same way that people struggle to paint white objects in shadow, like, flowers or, whatever it might be that's like actually white, clothing, dresses, whatever it might be. So right now I'm actually going in and adding some more of the color variations that I'm seeing. Our skin has so much variation to the colors and tones in it. Just trying to get some of that in there. A lot of times we will see, I should, well, I should speak for myself, but a lot of times I will see colors that look like blues or greens. And you definitely can get those in the skin. But a lot of times when I see that, really what it is it's just a, it's either gray, which makes it kind of look blue, or it's a desaturated yellow. Um, and the contrast is actually what makes it appear those colors. Not that you can't push those colors if you want, nothing wrong with that. I talked about Jennifer Balkin before. She puts a ton of unrealistic colors into her paintings and portraits, and I don't think they suffer for it. Rain. Okay, so it's raining now. Hopefully the stream doesn't go out. Uh, Cassandra says, I won't wish that on you. Why would you? Alrighty, that's good. So because I don't use Gamsol to clean my brushes in the middle of my painting, sometimes when I need to, usually I don't care. I just wipe my brush on a paper towel and that's usually enough. But every once in a while, if I need to make a cleaner mixture, and I know that it will, get in the way, I'll grab just some white or another color or just some plain oil, and I'll just, mix the color out of the brush, diluting it basically. It's not perfect, Gamsol would do a better job, of course, but it's a good way. I have Gamsol if I absolutely need it. I usually don't. So there's a bit of sky peeking through here. I'm just going to ignore all the plants and trees and just paint the sky color. Maybe a little darker than a little too dark. Yeah, plants doing like just like thick plants and stuff like that is definitely not my thing. Sure, some people love doing this. I do not. If anyone's curious what plants these are and what's around, I have no clue, not the slightest idea of what any of these are. Having said that, I'm not entirely sure, given how like unfocused some of it is, if it could be identified, but I definitely do not have that skill. Did like that mark there, but there are trees over there and shadows. I have to put the shadows in before I can put the light trees on top of it, so oh well. Anyone is new to oil painting and looking at colors to buy, and so on, what to get. And uh, one thing I always recommend is even if you get the small tubes of colors because you want to experiment and try different colors and try to, that's all great. Always get the large white. You go through white so much, at least in direct painting the way I paint. Maybe it's different if you're doing like, what's it called? Could be different if you're doing glazes, I suppose. Oh, that's not good. Something's wrong with this tube of paint, the bottom of it's very, very stiff. Like all the oil went to the top and the bottom's just like all pigment, no oil. Very strange. I have not had this happen before. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to sacrifice some of the very bottom of the pigments on this one. Usually when I use the tube squeezer, it like squeezes to nothing. But here, there's still pigment in here. But if I try and squeeze that out, it starts to like destroy the tube. So I might have to just give up on a little bit of pigment there. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but yeah. Alrighty. If my brush was tighter, like the bristles were tighter, I would be probably using my brush over this. But um, the brush I'm currently using is very frayed at the ends. Does not give me very tight marks anymore. I probably should start using a new brush, but yeah. Talking about my large one, the small one I'm using is pretty pretty good. It's too light. There we go. That's better. Having said that, the frayed edges can be useful. That's for sure. Yeah, trying to get the foliage right is challenging. It's just so much detail to simplified down. Trying to remember, there's a painter, I think his name is it Long Painter or something like that? I can't remember exactly his username. Does these fantastic little paintings of landscapes, but he's so brushy with them all. They're all small. They're like 6 by 6, I think is his go-to size. Uh, Sandra says, "Oh, I saw them on Instagram. They are lovely. They are lovely. I love his paintings." And so, um, you know, I should pull up some of his paintings for reference. That would be the smart thing to do as a way of like keeping mindset. I don't think I'll end up doing that today, but maybe next time I work on this. Because I'm not loving some of this. It's a little messy. Now, granted, I still need to paint trees on top of this, so I knew that like the messiness would be there, but I think it might be a little too messy. Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I know that there's trees that go on top of that, so you know, but just a little too much. We'll see. I'll try getting this sky color in there again. This is a starting point. That works, I think. I'm debating if I want to run the brayer over it again or not. I feel like some of the paint is on a little too thick, and the brayer might help with that. But the flip side is I kind of like where a lot of it is, so I don't like feel the need to do it entirely. But yeah, let's see real quick. Take it over to the computer and see what's going on. All right. I saw this while I'm doing this. I'll talk about something I watched today on YouTube, which was a video on tricks and stuff in Photoshop. And there's a perspective crop in Photoshop, which seems like it'd be great for when you take a photo of your paintings and it's slightly distorted. Uh, but the problem was the guy didn't think about the fact that when you do that, like, yeah, it automatically warps it to straight based, you put the four corners at the corners and it warps it, but it doesn't know what the dimensions are supposed to be. And so you don't know if it's warping it the right amount or not. That's the problem I have with like the same feature that's in my phone. Uh, it it'll straighten things out, but just because it straightens it out doesn't mean that it got the width and the length proportions correct. So it's still useful, but you have to be more precise with it when you're doing it for artwork. All right, let's see. Am I talking about automatic lens correction in Photoshop? No, I'm not. If you go to your crop tool in Photoshop and hold down the button, you'll see the crop tool and then perspective crop tool. But you have to know what the size of your canvas of the painting is supposed to be so that you can enter it properly. Otherwise, you're just letting Photoshop do it for you and you don't know if it's, you know, did it make it slightly too long, slightly too tall? Who knows? All right, I'm gonna correct some of the drawing right now and then probably be close to ending stream. I'm feeling a little tired today. But let's go in there and get some of this fixed up. other than some of the face, most of the rest is pretty. I guess some of the arm got a little moved out of position. All right, friends, I am fading today, so I'm gonna call it a night. Short week stream, and then I'll be back on Sunday. Like I said, this week got all messed up. But yeah, uh, take care. Thanks, Cassandra, and thanks everyone for stopping by, and everyone who participated in Portrait Artist of the Year Paint Along. Again, thank you. Appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Hope everyone has a good rest of their week, and I'll see you Sunday. And if you're in Austin, maybe Saturday at the opening. All right. Have a good one, everybody.